How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And today I want to show you guys how to get an Italian IP address. Now, if you're trying to change your IP address, chances are you're trying to probably bypass some geo restrictions to access Netflix, maybe access some foreign markets. And the most reliable way of changing your IP address and the quickest way is by using a reliable VPN. And in this case, that'll be ExpressVPN. Now, you can also use NordVPN and Surfshark, which are cheaper alternatives. But today I'll be using ExpressVPN because it's what I personally use and it is my favorite. So that's what I'll be using. If you're interested in any of these VPNs, I'll make sure to link some special deals and discounts in the description down below. So feel free to take advantage of those. Now, let's get straight into this. It's the same principle. It's the same way to change your IP address, whatever VPN you're using. You're going to go to whatismyipaddress.com to confirm this. As you can see, I'm connected to Germany, and it says that I'm in Germany here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to connect to Italy, right? I'm going to go to locations, obviously Europe, and right here it is the first one. I'm going to go into the servers here, and from my experience, I get better connections with Milan. I get faster and better ping, faster download speed and better ping. So I want to connect to Milan. And as soon as I'm connected here, I'm going to refresh and it should change country to Italy right here. So this will be our confirmation that my IP address surely changed. As you can tell, the numbers changed, and we're going to wait for the country to show up just to double check and confirm. Obviously, you don't need to confirm every time you change your IP address, but if you wanted to confirm, this will be the way to go. So with that being said, that's pretty much how you change your IP address. Very simple process. But let's say you want to understand your VPN a little bit more. Let's get into the features of each VPN I mentioned today in case, let's say, you don't want to pay for ExpressVPN. Now, one reason you might want to get ExpressVPN, obviously, is the ease of use. It's probably the easiest VPN to use. It's designed that way, really. As you can tell in the UI, there's nothing complicated. Even when you go to options, it's very, very, very simple. The only thing you want to keep in mind is, let's say you're in a restrictive country with heavy censorship laws, you want to keep the kill switch on. If you didn't know, when you're connected to a VPN, you're connected to the secured servers of the VPN provider, which are encrypted and secured servers. But the moment you disconnect from the VPN, you're going to go back to your internet service provider servers, which are not as secured and they are monitored. So if you want to avoid your ISP kind of taking a look at what you're doing online, you want to keep this on so that it'll sever your internet access when you turn off your VPN, so that the only way you have internet access is when you're already connected to secured servers. Now for protocols, and again, you have actually split tunneling, which will you can manage which apps go through the VPN tunnel and which apps are exempt from that tunnel, from your VPN connection, in other words. So yeah, Surfshark and NordVPN, they also have that feature. If there's anything exclusive, I'll point it out when it comes to these VPNs. Now you can go with automatic, and all VPNs you can just go with the automatic protocol. That usually works if you're not too worried about it, or if you don't want to worry about kind of picking protocols. Generally, any WireGuard based protocol, it's great. Works great for Netflix since they connect almost instantaneously. And if you're on a mobile device, they'll use less battery. The WireGuard based protocol in NordVPN is called NordLynx, and it's called just WireGuard in Surfshark. And if you're concerned about security, OpenVPN will be the best combination of speed and security. TCP is pretty slow, so you don't want to mess with it. ICAF2 is quick, but barely works on a handful of servers. L2TP is outdated at this point and is pretty low in security. This is a ExpressVPN exclusive. Now, only use ExpressVPN DNS servers while connected, and what this will do is that it'll force the ExpressVPN DNS servers onto your device so that it prevents any data from leaking, making sure that it kind of adds an extra layer of obfuscation. What obfuscation is that it kind of prevents your ISP from knowing that you're using a VPN in the first place, and they won't be able to tell they're using a VPN. So that's a good feature, and this will ensure, keep this on whether you're streaming or torrenting or doing anything really. This will ensure that no data leaks, and it will make sure that your performance, your speed, and ping and all that will stay more consistent. So I would recommend to keep that on unless you're trying to use a custom DNS. Now, with ExpressVPN, you're able to secure 5 devices per subscription. If you're trying to secure 6 devices and get a couple of extra features, this is when you can use a NordVPN. Now, with NordVPN, you have some specialty servers here you could use. Though keep in mind, with ExpressVPN, it doesn't matter which server you're using. You can do any kind of online activity using any server you choose because they're all optimized to do so. NordVPN just gives you the option to use dedicated or specialty servers in case you need that. And when it comes to obfuscation, you'll have to turn that on yourself manually. And that's only if you're living in restricted countries or countries with heavy restriction laws. So the moment you turn that on, though, keep in mind that you'll have access to much fewer servers. So the moment you turn that off, you can tell that we're back with so many servers at our disposal. You also have split tunneling. You have the kill switch, except an extra feature here, so kind of exclusive to NordVPNs, that you have an app kill switch, which will terminate your selected applications rather than your entire internet connection. So that's a pretty handy feature if you're interested. You also have OpenVPN, UDP/TCP, and NordLynx. So that's pretty cool. That NordLynx is the one you want to use at all times. Unless you're concerned about security, you can just use OpenVPN. And keep in mind, NordLynx does not work with specialty servers or obfuscated servers. So yeah, since OpenVPN is the most secure one. Now, let's say you want to secure an unlimited amount of devices. This is when Surfshark comes in, and this is probably the most kind of value. It's a lot of value for the price you're paying. It's very cheap, I believe, like $2 or $2.50 per month for the 2-year subscription. And that might be one downside to Surfshark and NordLynx and NordVPN, excuse me, because they're trying to get you committed to subscribe for at least a couple of years in order to get that discount, whereas ExpressVPN does not have any plans that get you to subscribe for more than a month, for more than a year, excuse me. So yeah, that might be a downside or an upside to you. So yeah, depending on what you're looking for. So with Surfshark, you still get split tunneling. You get multi-hop, which is double VPN that connects you through 2 servers rather than 1. You get static IP. Double VPN is also available in NordVPN. But obviously keep in mind that you're going to lose out on speed when you're using double VPN. So keep that in mind. So again, you get a kill switch, you get split tunneling, an ad blocker, which is also available in NordVPN. And advanced, you're still getting the WireGuard protocol, which is a great protocol. So if you just want, and you get no borders mode, which is the obfuscation, which you can combine with Shadowsocks if you're living in censorship heavy countries. So if you just want a VPN that really just gets the job done without paying much and kind of secures an unlimited amount of devices for such a cheap price, and you're not too concerned about security, you can go Surfshark. If you are concerned about security, above all, you want to go with ExpressVPN for sure, especially if you're living in countries with heavy censorship or maybe like restrictive laws regarding online activity. If you're looking for a medium between the two, but you don't want to lose out on features, you want to go with NordVPN. So if you're interested in any of them, be sure to check the description down below. I'll be sure to include links to deals and discounts. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.